Welcome back, fellow seekers of truth. If you like the videos on our channel, in the description below, you will find links to very valuable literature for you to check out and keep expanding your understanding. Now, let's get into today's video. In 19th century India, during a period of great social and religious change, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, 1836-1886, emerged as one of the most remarkable mystics of modern times. Living most of his life at the temple of Dakshineswar near Calcutta, Ramakrishna experienced the divine with such intensity that his life became a living testimony to the unity of spiritual truth. Unlike many who identified truth with a single creed, Ramakrishna boldly declared that all religions are valid paths to the same ultimate reality. He practiced Hindu devotion, Islamic prayer, and even Christian contemplation, and in each case he reached direct God consciousness. For Ramakrishna, the essence of life was not theology, but experience, the immediate awareness of the divine presence. Let's dive into Ramakrishna's early life and awakening. Born into a poor Brahmin family, Ramakrishna showed from a young age an unusual absorption in spiritual practice. He was often entranced by visions of the divine, losing himself in states of ecstasy. As a priest at the Dakshineswar Kali temple, his devotion to the goddess Kali became the center of his spiritual life. Yet Ramakrishna was not satisfied with ritual alone. He longed for direct union with the divine. His intense meditations and surrender to the Mother of the Universe led to repeated mystical experiences, where he described being engulfed in waves of living consciousness. These early experiences set the foundation for his later realization that God is not confined to one image, name, or tradition. Ramakrishna was deeply influenced by Advaita Vedanta, the non-dual philosophy that teaches Brahman, pure consciousness, is the only reality. In this view, the world of multiplicity is Maya, a divine appearance, while beneath all forms lies the oneness of existence. Ramakrishna experienced this truth not as abstract philosophy but as lived awareness. He spoke of God as the ocean of consciousness, while individual souls are like waves rising and falling on its surface. The goal of life, he taught, is to realize that the wave and the ocean are not separate. The self and Brahman are one. This realization dissolves fear, separation, and limitation, awakening the soul to its eternal divinity. The many paths, one destination. What made Ramakrishna unique among mystics was his radical openness to all religions as valid paths to God. He immersed himself in different traditions, worshipping as a Hindu bhakta, praying as a Muslim, and contemplating Christ with Christian devotion. In each case, he reported reaching the same state of God consciousness. For him, religions were like rivers flowing into the same ocean, each shaped by culture and history, but all leading to the same infinite presence. This was not tolerance in a passive sense, but active realization. He embodied the truth that spiritual diversity is not contradiction, but harmony. His life gave living expression to the Upanishadic truth. Truth is one. Sages call it by many names. Consciousness as the experience of God. Ramakrishna emphasized that God is not an idea to be debated, but a reality to be experienced. He often compared intellectual discussions about God to people arguing over a mango. Some analyze its skin, others describe its taste, but only the one who eats it knows its sweetness. Consciousness, for him, was the faculty through which this sweetness could be directly tasted. Ecstasy, or Samadhi, was the highest expression of consciousness, a state where the sense of individuality dissolves and only divine presence remains. In this way, Ramakrishna reframed consciousness not as mere awareness of the world, but as the doorway to union with the eternal. So, what is the role of love and devotion? While grounded in Advaita, Ramakrishna also stressed the importance of bhakti, or devotion. He taught that love is the simplest and most direct way to God. For many, intellectual abstraction is difficult, but love can open the heart instantly. Ramakrishna's own devotion to the goddess Kali showed that through surrender, worship, and love, consciousness is lifted into divine presence. He explained that whether one approaches God as mother, father, friend, or beloved, the essence is the same: to dissolve the ego and enter into relationship with the infinite. Thus, consciousness becomes not only awareness but participation in divine love. Ramakrishna himself never founded a movement, but his disciple Swami Vivekananda carried his message across India and to the West. Vivekananda interpreted Ramakrishna's realization for a global audience, teaching that all souls are potentially divine and that religions are complementary expressions of the same truth. Through him, Ramakrishna's vision shaped modern Hinduism, interfaith dialogue, and global spirituality. Today, his life stands as a symbol of the unity of consciousness across traditions. His emphasis on direct experience over dogma continues to inspire seekers who long for spirituality beyond boundaries, grounded in the immediacy of God consciousness. Let's summarize the eternal message of Ramakrishna. At the heart of Ramakrishna's teaching is a simple but profound message. The goal of life is to awaken to God consciousness, and all paths lead there. Whether through reason, devotion, meditation, or service, the essence is the same: to transcend the ego and realize the divine within and without. He showed that consciousness itself is divine, that behind every thought, feeling, and perception lies the infinite ocean of Brahman. In a world often divided by religion and ideology, Ramakrishna's life demonstrates that unity is not uniformity, but harmony. Many rivers, one ocean; many lamps, one flame. His legacy reminds us that the true purpose of consciousness is not to argue about God, but to experience God directly. Ramakrishna's life was a living parable of the truth that God transcends religions and yet dwells within them all. He embodied the highest realization of Advaita Vedanta while embracing the beauty of diverse traditions, showing that every sincere seeker can reach the same ocean of divine consciousness. His message is timeless. Consciousness is not bound by culture, creed, or dogma, but is the eternal meeting place between the human soul and the infinite. To awaken to this truth is to discover that beyond all names and forms, the essence of reality is God consciousness, one, infinite, and all-embracing.